Hello, Derald Slack with Honest Public Adjusting here, answering your questions today about insurance claims in the state of Florida. Today's question is, how do I cancel a contract with a public adjuster in Florida? Good question. Thank you for asking. First, I would like to say I am not an attorney. This is not legal advice. I'm not licensed to practice law in Florida or any other state. So if you're looking for legal advice, please consult an attorney. But as far as my experience in the adjusting world and what I know to be true, we can go over that right now. This question is remarkably similar to a question I get asked by other adjusters, other public adjusters, other people in the industry, and homeowners, and just friends and family. And that is a variation of, this is what happened at my house, is that covered? Or would it be covered if these things happened? And the answer to the question is always the same. And the answer is RTFP. Read the full policy. And what I mean by that is your insurance policy is a contract. You signed it and a representative from your insurance company signed it that says if you do this and this happens, then we will do that. So whether or not this thing is covered, well, no matter what it is covered within the policy. It either says in there that it is covered or it says in there that it isn't covered. And so all you have to do is read the policy. This is the same idea. If you have a contract with your public adjuster and you want to know how to cancel it, my response would be the same. RTFC. Read the full contract. Now, there are statutory minimums, things that have to be in the contract that give you an out. They will be contained within that contract if you read it. But my advice for this is always the same. First, talk to your public adjuster. No matter what the dispute is, if you're upset about something, if you're unhappy with something that's going on, more likely than not, one of two things is happening. Either the public adjuster also isn't happy about it, or they may not be aware of it. We're not perfect. We do get busy and we may have missed something. Whatever's going on, speak to the public adjuster and see if it can be resolved, or if you can negotiate a release with the public adjuster directly. I am a firm believer it's always best to try to do it nicely first. And if that doesn't work, then you go the other route. Now, like I said, there are some statutory minimums that have to be in there. And the first one is, and this will be contained within your contract. It's required that it be contained within your public adjusting contract. So the state of Florida provides for a 10-day cooling period. And what that means is 10 days from the date you sign your contract, you can cancel that contract without any cause or penalty. If you decide in 9 days that, I'm not going to go through with this, you're allowed to get out of that contract. You just have to give the public, and it'll say this in the contract, you must give it to them in writing. And it always recommended you do it certified mail with return receipt requested and a proof of delivery. So there is no disputing whether or not they got the letter. You have proof that you told your public adjuster I went out of the contract and that they got the letter, and then you're scot-free. Take that proof, give it to your insurance company, and they'll get rid of the letter of representation. Now, some claims that are filed in response to a declared state of emergency declared by the governor, and in the state of Florida, let's be honest, this needs a hurricane. If your claim is filed in response to damage caused by a governor declared emergency, then you get 30 days on top of the 10 days, whichever is greater. So what I mean by that is if you sign your contract with your public adjuster 2 days after the hurricane, then you have 28 days to cancel without cause or penalty. So, you have the 10 days and that elapses first. So you get to go the full 30. Now, if you sign your contract 25 days after the event, then you only have 5 days left on that emergency extension, but you still get the normal 10 days grace period as goes with any public adjusting contract. So it's either 30 days from the date of loss or 10 days from the date you sign it, whichever is greater. So keep that in mind when you're taking a look at these. Now, there are other events that can cause you to be able to cancel. They're going to be contained within that contract. One of them is within 60 days of the signing of the contract, if your public adjuster hasn't given you and your insurance company an estimate of damages, then you can get out of that contract. Now, that does come with a caveat. It has to be, there cannot be something outside of the public adjuster's control. If the insurance company is, preventing them from looking at it, or somehow, like if it's been blocked off and FEMA won't let anybody in, so the public adjuster cannot estimate it, then that can't be held against the public adjuster. But if they have had the chance to estimate it and have not given you and your insurance company that estimate within 60 days, then yes, you're also allowed to cancel that contract. And that is pretty much it. I just wanted to reiterate that I am not an attorney or licensed to practice law in Florida or any other state, so this is not legal advice. But other than that, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Derald Slack with Honest Public Adjusting.